Hello class 8. Today I am taking a class on the diagrams which are important for your exams. As I have said you in the last uploaded video that I'll take a special class on diagrams only. Now I'll show you which diagrams you have to practice, right, from all the chapters which I have completed. First I am starting with the endocrine glands diagram. That means from the endocrine chapter, what are the diagrams which you have to practice. First diagram, thyroid gland. As you can see, this kind of a diagram you can also find in your book. So this diagram is very important, and these things you have to show. First of all, you have to show lobe of thyroid gland, trachea, the portion of trachea, and isthmus of thyroid gland. Okay, so this diagram is important. Next, parathyroid gland. As you can see, the yellow dot-like structures, these structures are the parathyroid glands. This diagram is also very important. Next, adrenal gland. As you can see, the cap-like structure over the kidneys, over the pair of kidneys. This is the adrenal gland. This diagram is also important. You will practice it. Next, I am coming to nervous system diagrams. First diagram is very important. Parts of a neuron with functions. If you are not writing the functions, only the labelings are important. So please practice this diagram very properly. Next, reflex arc diagram. I think it's there in your book. If it is not there in your book, then you can get it from anywhere, and this diagram which I am showing you, you can also practice this one. Okay, so this is a very important diagram which you have to practice from the nervous system. Next, circulatory system diagrams. The first thing which you have to practice are the blood cells. As you can see, three types of blood cells we have. We all know that: red blood cell, white blood cells, and platelets. Now red blood cell, here I'm showing you top view and the side view. Both are important. And for white blood cells, I'm showing you the diagram of all the types of white blood cells. In exam, you can draw any 2 or 3 of them. Not all of them, but any 2 or 3 will do. And platelets. Platelets are very simple diagrams, thrombocytes. So these 3 diagrams are important from the circulatory system. Next, you have to practice blood vessels. As you can see, the red portion is artery, blue portion is vein, and in the middle part there is a mesh of network which we call as capillaries. So all the 3 things in this blood vessel diagram are important, and you have to show the connection between the artery and vein through the capillaries. Next, this diagram is also important: TS of artery and TS of vein. These are the transverse section, cross sections of artery and vein. And as you can see, both the diagrams, there is a bit of difference in these 2 diagrams, like the diameter of the lumen. As you can see, the white portion inside the diagram, that is the lumen. As artery is very thick, so the lumen is very small, and as vein is a very thin structure, so the lumen is very wide. So this thing you have to keep in mind while you are drawing the diagram. Next, ecosystem diagram. Food web. If you are not drawing the animals, only you can write it down, then also it will do. You don't have to draw the diagram of the animals. Food chain, here also the same thing applicable. If you are not drawing the animals, you have to only write. You have to then write the names of the animals. Okay, you have to write the names of the animals if you're not drawing the animals. And if you want to draw, you can draw it also. You have options. This is the trophic level diagram. I have given the definition. This is the trophic level diagram. This diagram, if you find more easier diagram in your book, then you can also go through your textbook. Next is forest food web. In this diagram, the trees you can you can omit. You don't have to draw these plants and trees. Okay, you can only write that there are plants, there are trees, and you can show the forest food web, because forest ecosystem, I've given you notes on that, so accordingly you can practice it. Clear? Okay, so that's it. If you have any problem, you can come up with that in your comment section, and these diagrams you practice for this 4 chapters. Thank you.